everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be going through my all-time drugstore favourites. I'm going to get started because I have a lot of products to show you, and I'm going to go in the order of primer, foundation, how I do my makeup, because that's just how I'm going to remember it better. And there are some categories that I haven't got products for, but if I know of a good alternative but I just don't have it, I will let you know. So yeah, let's just get started on the video. So my favourite primer from the drugstore is the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. This is what it looks like. So I actually picked this up when I was in America, but I was in Liffey Valley last week and they've opened a Superdrug there and they had an e.l.f. stand, so they had this and all there. But yeah, I just really love this primer. It's really hydrating, like as it says. It comes out like clear and it feels kind of like silicone-y, but still kind of hydrating at the same time. It's kind of hard to explain. It does leave like a nice sheen on your skin, and I do really like this. It kind of like blurs and hydrates at the same time, and I really like it. So it's super hydrating, really like blurs out your skin, and it's just my favourite from the drugstore that I've tried. So that's the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer. Now moving on to foundation. You know how much I love the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. That is like my all-time favourite from the drugstore. I have mine in 110 because that's the lightest. So this is my favourite from the drugstore. This is the matte and poreless one. But I also really love the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD foundation. That's what it looks like there. You can't buy this in the drugstore here. You can buy it in the drugstore in America, but you can buy it online here. I got mine from Trend Beauty, or I'm pretty sure you can get it from Beauty Bay as well. But it is like a drugstore price. I think it's about €10. So like that is the price of a drugstore foundation. So I actually ordered a couple because Trend Beauty had a sale on LA Girl stuff. So I picked up this one, which is Porcelain. I'll swatch it here so you can see it. It is quite light, but it is pink toned. So I really like it. So what I have on today, I actually have all the products on that I'm talking about. I have all them on today. So on my face right now I have this LA Girl foundation mixed with the Maybelline one, just because it's a little bit too dark on its own. So that's what it looks like there on my hand. It is quite like dewy, so that's why I mix it with a matte foundation, just because it is high definition long wear illuminating foundation, so it is supposed to be like dewy, which is why I mix the matte and poreless with it. So I picked up this one, which is the shade Porcelain, and I also picked up two of the shade Nude Beige. So that's them there. If you go on the website, they have, if you go on Trend Beauty, they have like a converter, so they have what each shade is in like MAC shades. So I think this is like NC30, the Nude Beiges, and I'm pretty sure Porcelain was I'm pretty sure it was like NW25 or NW20. Not 100% sure, but they do have a converter, so that's what I used because I want these darker ones for my kit, and I'll use this one for my kit too, but I was looking for like a darker foundation and I wasn't really sure what colour to get. But if you scroll down when you're on the page, it comes up at the bottom and it has which colour is kind of converts to which matte colour. So yeah, I love these and they're really nice, and you can build them up to, do they say that they're medium coverage? Medium to full coverage, so you can definitely build this up to full coverage. So yeah, that's the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Longwear Illuminating Foundation. Oh, I forgot to mention this. So this is the PS Highlight Pearl Face and Body Highlighter. I've talked about this before. I said that I usually mix it with my Maybelline Matte and Poreless. Yeah, I love this. I'll pop it on here so you can see. I love this for my, so I don't know if you can see like the sheen off my hand now. I love this for under my foundation. So like put it all over my face under my foundation. I love it for mixing with my foundation because if I wear just the matte and poreless on its own, sometimes it can be a little bit too matte. So I mix this with it and it's perfect. And I also love this for my body as well. I don't know if I mentioned that I used it on my body the last time I talked about it, or if I said I was going to use it on my body and see what I thought. But either way, I've used this on my body and it's amazing. It just gives you like a really healthy glow. And I think it was only like €3 or €4. And they have a couple of different shades. They have a golden one and I'm pretty sure they have a pink one as well. So yeah, if you're looking for like a illuminator or like a highlighting primer, this is a great one. So while I was on Trend Beauty, I also wanted to pick up some of the LA Girl Pro Coverage concealers. So this is it here. I've used it before in like a couple of my videos. I use it a lot really. This is the shade Porcelain, which I'm guessing is supposed to match the foundation. I love this. The only thing is that this was sold out, which I was like devastated about because I really wanted like a couple of these because mine is like nearly all gone. But they didn't have it, so I had to get over it. But I did get Natural, Light Ivory and Classic Ivory. So this is the three of them there. This one's very pink, but we can mix it, or maybe it'll suit someone better with a cooler skin tone. So, and this is Light Ivory and this is Natural. So yeah, I picked up the three of them just to have them in my makeup kit because they're handy and I really like them. I'm pretty sure these also, no, these didn't have a guide, but they did say, I remember looking at the, what one did I look at? I'm pretty sure it was Porcelain that I looked at, and that was for porcelain skin with a yellow undertone. So it has all like the skin tones broken down like that. Has porcelain skin with a yellow undertone, porcelain skin with a neutral undertone, porcelain skin with a pink undertone. And then it has that for porcelain skin, fair to medium, medium to dark and dark. So if you think you're fair, medium porcelain and you know what your undertone is, then it'll be really easy for you to pick some of these up because you can just follow that guide. Cool tone is when you have a pinky undertone to your skin, so I'd be cool toned. It normally means like when you have bluey veins. You can't really see mine. You can't, I don't know that you can see my veins. You definitely can't see them on this side. But yeah, it's when your veins look like a little bit more blue, and it's if you go out in the sun and you don't tan, is if you have a cool undertone and if silver jewellery suits you better. But I don't really tend to go by that because I normally wear warm foundations. I wear warm foundations when I'm going out all the time because all tan is yellow based, so that's how it's going to match with your foundation. Neutral then is a mix of the two. You can get away with wearing either a pink undertone foundation or a yellow undertone foundation, completely up to you. And then warm is if you have a yellow undertone. So if you have greener veins, if you tan when you go out in the sun, and if like gold jewellery looks best on you. But as I said, some people don't really tend to go by that. But if you look at your skin, you should be able to see if you have a pink or a yellow undertone. So just be conscious of that when you're going for like foundations and concealers. As I said, if it's going to be when you're wearing tan, always go for a yellow undertone because tan always, nearly 99.9% of the time, has a yellow undertone. So I would recommend going for a yellow undertone if you wear tan a lot or if you're getting it to wear out at night time. But anyway, moving on from all that, I'm back to my drugstore favourites. So moving on to, what would I do next? Concealer? I won't even do concealer after foundation, don't know why. Oh, I skipped brows. This is falling apart. So for brows, my drugstore favourite is the Sleek Brow Kit in dark. And this is what it looks like. So it's got a powder one side and a gel, the other side. I like tinted gel. And this is the dark one. I'm pretty sure there's also like a medium one now, a fair or a light one, and an extra dark one. I know when I started using it first it was just fair, medium and dark, but I think there's a couple more shades in there now. I love this. I don't use it as much now because I tend to use lighter stuff on my brows now, but sometimes I do use the gel to kind of fill in the tail end of my brow, just because sometimes I feel like the MAC gel cream isn't dark enough for my tail, or it kind of looks a little bit gappy. So I'll either use the dark brown or I'll use the powder to set. So I kind of go between the two, but this is an amazing product. If you're looking for a brow kit and you're looking for like a gel, like a pomade, or you're looking for a powder, or maybe you're just getting started out, I would 100% recommend trying this out. I think it's like 10 or 11 euro. And it comes with like a little tiny angled brush, a little tiny flat brush, and a little tiny tweezers. So it has everything like that you need, and it has the mirror as well. This is what it looks like. But I love it. I think this is like my third one of these, and I've also used the light one as well. The light one is very light though. I haven't tried the medium one, so maybe that's what I should be going for. But yeah, it's really good. It's a complete dupe for the Benefit Browsings. It's the exact same thing as it. So I would recommend picking up this and saving on your cash. So now moving on to eyes. I don't really have like that many eyeshadows from the drugstore, or I don't have any eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore. But I did use this, which is my 35T palette. I had to look it up because it does come with like a little sticker on the back, but I think it fell off or I took it off and I couldn't remember what it was. So this is what it looks like. It's basically just all warm tones and like purples and browns and golds and mauves and plums, and it's just fabulous. I mean, it's just like a dream palette. Let me swatch some of them for you. I'll swatch this gold one for you. I'll put it down here. It's so like creamy and pigmented. So that's the gold. There's a couple of different golds in the palette actually. Couple of different options. This is like a pinky rose gold, kind of like a dark burgundy. That's fab. There's a lot of fab shimmers in the palette. That one's fab too actually. I don't use this palette an awful lot. That's a nice like, that's a bit of a cool toned one there at the bottom. I don't really use this palette that much, and I really should, because like the shadow selection in it is crazy. And like the reason why I put this in my drugstore favorites was because these palettes are only 20 euro, which to me is like amazing value because you get 35 shadows. So like if you're looking for a warm palette, but yeah, like I know they brought out so many more since I got this one. There's the 35O, which is like everybody talks about. It's like oranges and reds and all them good colours. But I think this is a really nice palette, especially if you have green eyes, because like purple and like the pinky tones and like the plums and that are really supposed to complement them. So I don't know, I'm definitely gonna like use it more because I've barely used it at all. Apart from the shimmers, like I have used that top gold one, I have used that a good bit. But the shimmers in it are just so creamy and like they really feel amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be using this more. But that's why I mentioned it, because it is only 20 euro and you do get 35 shadows. So for what you get, like, it is a good price. But yeah, you can get it from like Beauty Bay, Morphe.com. I'm pretty sure you can get it from Trend Beauty as well. I'll have a look anyway and I'll link it in the description. But yeah, this is my favourite drugstore eyeshadow palette. I just need to play around with it a bit more. This is also like a beautiful shade. I didn't swatch this. Let me swatch this one for you too. It's like a dream, like, winter palette. Like, coming into like autumn and winter now, I really need to like crack into this because that's what it would be perfect for. But yeah, and it's also the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes today. I have like I used like this purple, and what else did I use? I used like this plum. I used this purple, and then this shimmer purple all over my lid. Swatch that for you too. Swatch it here. And that's the one I have all over my lid. So yeah, I definitely need to like go back and reuse this palette. But in terms of eyeshadow palettes, in terms of drugstore eyeshadow palettes, it's definitely my favourite one. And probably my only one too. So yeah. Now I don't know where I left my liquid liner, but the Rimmel Glam Eyes liquid liner is my favourite. It's the one, I'm pretty sure I used it in a video. I can't remember which video it was, but I said I use it to do like the inner corner eyeliner, like my inner like third eyeliner. I can't remember what video I used it in, but it's amazing. I love it. It's like a little pot and then the like brush end on it as well, and I just love it. It's so easy to use. It's a little bit difficult at the start because it is like a brush and it can go like crazy a bit, but I love it. It dries down matte, it lasts all day, and like that's exactly what you want. So that's my favourite eyeliner. I just don't have a clue where it is. So moving on to mascara. My favourite drugstore mascara is the Penny's PS Curl Power mascara. It's $2.50? $2.50 or $1.50? I think it's $2.50, and it's amazing. I absolutely love it. I've been through about 3 or 4 of them now, but I just love it and I use it all the time, like literally every single day. So I have on my lashes right now, if you can see them. I just love it. It works amazing and I have no problems with it. I also really love the Maybelline Lash Sensational. That was like my favourite before I started using this. And I do still love it. Like, I don't know, maybe I love it more than I love this. But just because of how handy this is, and it's only $2.50, and I just go through mascaras so quick because I wear it all the time, I've just been kind of using this more. But maybe I will pick up another Lash Sensational because I do remember loving it. And I know a lot of people love it as well. So, but for now, the PS Curl Power mascara is my favourite. And now moving on to face powder. I bet you've seen this coming. This is the Makeup Revolution pressed powder. I love it. I know I mentioned it in my June favourites, but I absolutely love it. And it hasn't broke on me yet, although I haven't hit pan on it yet, and that's normally when it breaks. I just love everything about it. So quick, so easy to use. Like, I would say travel friendly, but don't know about that. But it's just such a good powder, and doesn't alter the colour of your foundation. Gets rid of any shine that you have. And like, I haven't found a powder from the drugstore that's as good as this. I suppose I haven't really tried many of them. I've tried like the Rimmel ones and stuff like that. The Natural Collection one. Have I tried a L'Oreal powder? I don't think I've tried a L'Oreal powder. But like, you can't go wrong with this. Like, what did I say? $2.50 was it? $2.50 I think. For this. And it's amazing. So I would 100% recommend this if you're looking for a powder. And I know if you go on Makeup Revolution Ireland page, it'll give you like stock lists that stock Makeup Revolution, so you can check it out. If not, you can buy it online, but just if you wanted to like check it out before you buy it, you can check online where the stock lists are. But this is my favourite powder. So Don't know. Maybe if it breaks on me for a third time, I'll have to like branch out a bit. But I just needed something quick, and I saw this in the shop and I was like, I know that and I love it. And even though it's probably going to break, it's like €2. So, I don't know. Still my favourite powder. Now moving on to like bronzer slash contour. This is where I had a bit of an issue because I don't actually have a bronzer from the drugstore or a contour powder. I normally just use Hoola from Benefit, or I use the shade 6 from the Sosu palette. I was going to mention the Sosu palette, but then, I don't know, it's not really a drugstore like, it's like €29. But it is a proper palette, so I don't know, I was a bit conflicted about mentioning that. But if you think that's drugstore, then I would recommend that. But other than that, I just haven't found a drugstore bronzer that I like. I know a lot of people talk about the Sleek contour palette. Not the like big cream contour palette, but they do a small one and it's contour, blush and highlight, and that's supposed to be really good. I haven't tried it out, but I have heard really good things about it. So I don't know. I can't really recommend it to you because I haven't used it, so I don't really know. And I just haven't found a bronzer from the drugstore that I like. To be honest, I don't use bronzer that much. Bronzer or contour, like I don't have it on today. Normally like on a day-to-day basis, it's just not something I go for. And when I'm going out, I don't mind using more expensive products. So I don't know. Bronzer's a bit of a conflicted one for me because I don't really wear it, so I haven't got like a lot of them. Whereas highlight, I have a few of them. So moving on from that, I don't have a blush either. I don't wear blush, as you will know if you watch my videos. I just don't like it. I don't know, I feel like it makes my face look really red, and like I do so much like concealing and foundation to like make my face not look so red, and then like putting blush on top of it just completely defeats the purpose to me. So I don't know. I don't have a drugstore blush either. I have like 2 MAC blushes, but they were both given to me as a present. I haven't bought them for myself because I don't know, I just can't get on board with the blush. Oh, I do have I have a Benefit Coralista blush. That's actually not a bad one. It's not a drugstore, but it's not a bad blush. I don't know. I don't have a blush either, I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint. But I do have a highlight. So I have 2 highlights actually. So the first one is the PS highlight in Champagne. I have used this on my channel before. I mentioned 2 highlights because one is like subtle and then one is like not subtle. So what I'll do a swatch of it here on my hand so you can see it. So that's the highlight there. The only thing is it's kind of dark. Like I don't know, I have to be a bit light with this because I don't think I could get away with that like on my skin now as a highlight, because I think it would stand out too much. I do also have this in white. Oh, ice, sorry. And this is what it looks like. Maybe this one should be my favourite more, because I do use this one a bit more. I'll swatch that beside it. Just that Champagne is a little bit dark for me. So that's Champagne and ice is beside it. I don't know. I think Champagne might be a hair too dark for me. Like, yeah, maybe. I use both of them. I tend to use this one a little bit more, I will say that. Even though it is quite dark, I tend to go a bit light with it. This is a really nice inner corner highlight though, and a brow bone highlight. They're quite blinding, like. Definitely see that white one. Anyways. But yeah, and these are only $3.50, so I think they have a pink one as well, and I don't know if they have another colour. They definitely have a pink one. but I'm not sure if they have another colour. And then for a more natural highlight, I have the Catrice Light Infusion highlighter. This is what it looks like, and it's just a really like subtle highlight. Like, I'm pretty sure you could put this like all over your face and you wouldn't really notice. Like, it's one of those highlights that you could like highlight your like chin and like your on the top of your brow bone, and like it wouldn't be like so intense. So I don't even know if you can really see it. That's it there. It's just a real like subtle, like natural highlight. But I don't know, some days I do like this, like for just a bit more of a subtle highlight. Or as I said, you can put it on like your brow bone, like your chin, like on more places on your face than you would be able to with like the likes of this, just to give you like a bit more of a natural glow. So yeah, if you're looking for like a daytime highlight or like a natural highlight, definitely recommend this one. And then last but not least is lips. So you all know the Primark lip liners are my favourite in Toffee and Rosewood Mauve. They're two of my like go-to every single day lip liners. Don't know where either of them are, probably in my backpack or around somewhere. I never really know where they are, but they're my all-time favourite. Even out of like high-end, they're still my favourite. And then moving on to like lips, I couldn't find any of my NYX Buttercream Matte lips. Couldn't find any of them anywhere. I don't know where they are. I have Prague and I have Copenhagen and I have Transylvania. I'm pretty sure Prague is like red. Copenhagen is like pink, like a hot pink. Transylvania is like a dark purple. And I also have the NYX or NYX Liquid Suede in like a caramel colour, and like I love all of them. Like the NYX like liquid lipsticks are 100% my all-time favourite drugstore liquid lipsticks, but I just don't know where any of them are. Not an ocean. So I did throw in this one. I have this on right now, and I know it looks like a gloss, but it's actually a matte liquid lipstick from Penny's. Now the only thing is, this was in a lip kit, because I got this and I got a lip liner with it, but it doesn't have the name on it of which one it is, because I know there's a few different options. It's the rose gold one anyway, but I'll swatch it here so you can see it. Swatch it here beside the highlight. So that's it there. It's like a metallic-y, like rose gold liquid lipstick. I absolutely love it. I think it's so nice, and it looks like super glossy, but it's not glossy at all. It's not sticky at all. It doesn't dry down fully, like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't dry down fully matte, but it dries down to the point that, you know, it's not gonna like, I don't know, it's weird. It feels like it's just a normal, like, it feels like the NYX Buttercream liquid lipsticks. That's exactly what it feels like. Is that what they're called? The matte Buttercream liquid lipsticks. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. I'll leave it in the description anyway. But yeah, and I love this. I think it's such a pretty colour. It would probably be amazing like all over the lid. Look at that like highlighty family there together. But yeah, it reminds me like so much of the MAC pigment in Melon. Like if you swatched Melon there beside that, I don't think you'd be able to like see the difference between the two of them. It would probably be a really nice base for that shadow or that pigment. Ideas. But yeah, that's all my products. So they were all of my drugstore favourites. I actually have a lot of favourites from the drugstore, and like all of these I wear on a daily basis. I love the LA Girl foundation. I definitely recommend trying that out because it's such a nice foundation and it's so comfortable to wear. Like if you have dry skin and you don't want to go for like a matte foundation, I would 100% recommend that to you. Pressed powder, I love it, but I don't know if it will break. Hopefully not. The mascara, like, you can't go wrong with this sort of stuff. The brow kit, 100%. If you're looking to try something new. The concealers, oh, they're just amazing. I've also seen people, because you can buy these in like light and then you can buy these in dark, and I see a lot of people using these to cream contour and they blend out so easily. So when people use them to cream contour, they really work for them. And you can also get them in like green, orange, lilac, like all the colour correcting colours as well. If maybe you colour correct, I don't know, I don't. Well, I would like to, but I just don't really have the time. Maybe the green one would be good, especially if you have like acne or like rosacea or anything, because it cancels out any redness. So I don't know, maybe check it out in a different kind of colour altogether if you'd prefer that. I don't know, I'm not sure if the sale is still on. I got this last Saturday. I doubt it. I doubt it's still on. But definitely have a look on the website. It's not expensive anyway. It's not an expensive brand. The concealers I think are €6. And then the foundation is 10. So pretty much drugstore prices. But yeah, that's all for my favourites. Let me know if you'd like to see like this kind of video again with like my high-end favourites. Although that would be like so much more difficult because I'd have like way too many options for everything. I don't like to think that I have like a lot of high-end makeup, but I do. But at the same time, it's good to invest in like high-end makeup, because like most of my high-end makeup I only wear out like to events, on nights out, on like clients and stuff. And it just, like, I love all these products and I think they work just as well as high-end products. But some drugstore products don't last as well or don't last as long. But I don't know, let me know if you'd be interested in seeing a high-end version of this, and I can definitely do that for you if that's something you'd like to see. And moving on to my special announcement, I can't believe it's finally come to this time like that I can tell you about. If you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, I have already announced it. I'll leave my social links down below so you can check them out, so you can be on board when things go up first. Because like this will go up Saturday, but it's Thursday when I'm filming this, so I'm gonna announce it tonight, but you won't get to see this till Saturday, so it will already be a couple of days old. So I'm having a ladies' day event on the 29th of July in the Bridge House Hotel in Tullamore, and I'm so excited. Oh, felt like a weight off my chest when I like just said it just then. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm going to be doing a makeup demo. I have an amazing hairdresser that's doing a hair demo. We have a fashion show. We have a skincare talk. We have a fitness talk. We have afternoon tea. We have the works. And I'm so excited about it. I'm so like proud of myself because I've organised every single bit of this from start to finish all by myself. Like, that's something that like I never thought I'd be able to do. I wanted to do this for about a good 6 months. I've wanted to do this, and I was like, will I do it? Will I organize it myself? And then I was like, no, I won't be able to. Like, I don't know, I just wasn't confident in myself that I'd be able to organize something like this. And I've done the whole thing completely by myself, like no help from anybody. Like, that to me is insane, because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to get my mom to do all this, I'm gonna have to get someone to do this, I'm gonna have to get someone to do this. But I've done it all on my own, and it just makes me so much more proud of it because everything is like on me, which also kind of freaks me out. But I don't know, I'm super excited for it. I'm so proud of it, and I just can't wait. I think it's going to be such a good day out. If you'd like to go, I'll leave a link to my Facebook page down below, and you can PM me for tickets. I didn't do an online ticket like thing because they wanted to charge like tax on the tickets and people would have to pay extra, and I didn't want that. So I'm just gonna take names, and I can leave your tickets at the door if that's something that you want. Or I can drop your tickets to you, or you can collect them from me, whichever you prefer. And yeah, I'm just so excited about it. I think it's going to be great, and it's going to be great crack. I don't know what kind of a makeup demo I'm going to do, but I'm going to be there for the whole day, give all my tips and tricks, everything I know about makeup. I'm going to bring everything with me, and I'm just going to have a great time, and I can't wait. And if you'd like to come, don't forget to pick up your tickets, because it is limited. It definitely is limited in tickets, because we have goodie bags and stuff like that as well. So yeah, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so stressed out as well. Oh, I just hope it goes well, but I know it will go well because I just know it. Put out the positive vibes, receive the positive vibes. That's what I'm going to be doing for the next like 2 weeks, and it's so soon as well. That's why I was like, shit, I have to start telling people, because it's so soon and people need to know to like take it off or not make plans and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm super excited, and I hope you're excited too. And if you want to go, I'll leave my social media down below. Facebook is the best place because you can just PM me and that'll be easier for me to follow and everything. So yeah, I'm excited, and I'll be back Wednesday with another video. So I will talk to you then. Bye guys.